one, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And the quote carries a profound truth about the human experience. Life is unpredictable, often throwing curveballs when we least expect them. From minor inconveniences to life-altering tragedies, every individual encounters challenges that seem beyond their control. Yet, it is not the events themselves that define us, but the choices we make in response to them. This principle is rooted in the philosophy of Stoicism, which emphasizes focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot with grace. Imagine a storm rolling in, dark clouds gathering ominously overhead. The storm, like life's challenges, is inevitable. We cannot stop the rain or command the winds to cease. What we can do, however, is decide how we face it. Will we run for shelter, grumbling about our misfortune, or will we embrace the rain, finding beauty in the way it nurtures the earth? Our reaction becomes the lens through which we experience the world. Take Sarah, for example, a woman whose story vividly illustrates this truth. Sarah had built a stable career in a corporate office. She enjoyed the security of her job, though deep down, she harbored a dream of owning her own bakery. She loved the art of baking, the precise measurements, the creativity of flavors, and the joy her creations brought to others. Yet, life in the corporate world kept her too busy to pursue this passion. One day, unexpectedly, Sarah was called into her manager's office and informed that her position was being eliminated due to company downsizing. Shocked and heartbroken, she initially spiraled into self-doubt and fear. The loss of her job felt like an insurmountable setback. But as the days passed, Sarah's perspective began to shift. She realized that while losing her job was beyond her control, what she chose to do next was entirely within her power. Rather than viewing unemployment as a defeat, she saw it as an open door. With determination and a newfound clarity, she decided to pursue her dream of starting a bakery. It wasn't easy. She faced financial hurdles, long hours, and the uncertainty of a new venture. Yet, Sarah's positive reaction to her circumstances allowed her to grow. Her bakery soon became a beloved community staple, and she found a deeper sense of fulfillment than her corporate job had ever provided. Sarah's story is a testament to the transformative power of perspective. This principle isn't confined to life-altering events. In everyday situations, our reactions hold immense power. Picture this. You've worked tirelessly on a project, only for a colleague to criticize it during a meeting. The sting of their words might tempt you to respond defensively or shut down altogether. Instead, what if you paused, took a deep breath, and assessed the critique objectively? Perhaps there's merit to their feedback that can help you improve. Alternatively, you might recognize that their comment stems from their own stress or perspective, not necessarily a reflection of your worth. In either case, choosing a thoughtful reaction over an emotional one can turn a potentially negative encounter into an opportunity for growth. At its core, the idea that how you react matters encourages us to cultivate self-awareness and emotional regulation. These skills enable us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with resilience and grace. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we empower ourselves to shape our experiences even in the face of adversity. Ultimately, life is less about the storms we endure and more about how we weather them. Whether it's through finding opportunity in loss, seeking solutions amidst challenges, or simply choosing gratitude over despair, our reactions define the quality of our lives. Like Sarah, we can learn to turn setbacks into stepping stones, proving that even the harshest storms can lead to brighter skies. When we embrace this mindset, we unlock a powerful truth. Happiness and success are not determined by external events, but by the strength and wisdom within us. 2. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Freedom is the ultimate aspiration in life, a treasure that shines brighter than any material gain or fleeting achievement. However, it is not easily attained. True freedom, the kind that liberates the mind and soul, is found in mastering the art of letting go. letting go of the things we cannot control. By shifting our focus to the elements within our influence, we unlock the door to a life of serenity and purpose. Imagine a world where we are no longer burdened by the weight of external forces, the opinions of others, the unpredictability of circumstances, or the uncontrollable flow of events. This world is not a utopia. It is a mindset. It is a realm where freedom exists, not as an external condition, but as an internal state of being. To inhabit this space, we must embrace the wisdom of discernment, the ability to separate what lies within our power from what does not. This distinction, simple yet profound, is the cornerstone of a liberated life. John, an artist who once grappled with self-doubt, serves as a vivid example of this philosophy. Early in his career, John found himself paralyzed by criticism. Every dismissive remark about his work felt like a dagger, undermining his confidence and stealing his joy. He spent countless nights agonizing over the opinions of others, allowing their words to dictate his worth and direction. Yet, despite his efforts to please everyone, the approval he sought remained elusive. One day, while strolling through a bustling park, John observed a street performer playing a violin with fervent abandon. The performer's music filled the air, drawing a mixed crowd of listeners. Some applauded enthusiastically while others walked past without a glance. What struck John was the performer's unwavering focus. He seemed impervious to the reactions around him, lost in the pure joy of creating. This moment was a revelation for John. He realized that he too could reclaim his power by focusing on what he loved, the process of creation. He began to channel his energy into improving his craft, exploring new techniques, and expressing his innermost visions. Over time, he found that the opinions of others, once a source of torment, became irrelevant. He no longer painted to please. He painted to express, to grow, and to connect with his own truth. As his mindset shifted, so did his experience of life. The freedom he discovered allowed him to reclaim his passion and his peace. This lesson is not confined to the realm of art. It is universal, applicable to the challenges we all face. Consider the daily frustrations of modern life: a traffic jam, a delayed flight, or an unkind remark. In each of these scenarios, we encounter factors beyond our control. Yet, within these moments lies an opportunity to practice freedom. If we cannot change the traffic, we can decide how to spend our time in it. Listening to an inspiring podcast, planning the day ahead, or simply breathing deeply. If we cannot alter someone's unkind words, we can choose not to internalize them, understanding that their negativity reflects their own struggles, not our value. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, we reclaim our agency. This is not to suggest that we should ignore the world around us or become indifferent to others. Rather, it is an invitation to prioritize our energy, to invest it where it matters most. In doing so, we build resilience, clarity, and a profound sense of autonomy. True freedom is not about escaping the realities of life, but about engaging with them on our terms. It is the ability to navigate the storms of existence with an unshakable calm, anchored by the knowledge that we hold the key to our inner peace. This freedom is not given, it is earned, moment by moment, as we choose to let go of the uncontrollable and embrace the power within. In the end, the journey to freedom is deeply personal. It requires courage, patience, and practice. Yet the rewards are immeasurable, a life of purpose, peace, and authenticity. So as you face the inevitable challenges of life, remember John and the street performer. Remember that freedom is not a distant dream, but a present possibility. It is won by focusing your energy where it matters most, by letting go of what you cannot control, and by embracing the profound simplicity of living fully in the moment. 3, I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. The inevitability of death is one of the most profound truths of life. It is an immutable reality that binds all living beings, a universal destiny that no one can escape. Yet, while we cannot evade the fact of death, we can choose to confront it in ways that free us from the paralyzing grip of fear. This sentiment, beautifully encapsulated in the words, "I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it," offers a poignant lesson on how to live fully in the face of mortality. When we allow the fear of death to dominate our thoughts, it often overshadows the beauty and opportunities of life. Fear amplifies suffering, consuming our energy and focus, leaving little room for joy or meaning. It is a thief of the present, distracting us with anxieties about an uncertain future. But what if we reframed our relationship with death? By accepting its inevitability, we shift our perspective, allowing death to serve as a motivator rather than a source of dread. And this acceptance is not about surrendering to despair, but about embracing life's impermanence as a call to live with greater intention and presence. Consider Maria's story. She was once consumed by an intense fear of death after being diagnosed with cancer. Her days were overshadowed by thoughts of the unknown, by the looming question of what if? But something changed after her recovery. Maria realized that the time she had spent fearing death was time she could never get back. Determined not to let fear rob her of any more moments, she decided to focus on what truly mattered. Maria began volunteering at a children's hospital where she dedicated herself to bringing smiles to young patients. Through her acts of kindness and connection, she found a renewed sense of purpose. The fear that had once gripped her began to fade, replaced by a deep appreciation for the life she still had. Maria's transformation illustrates a profound truth. When we focus on the meaningful aspects of life, fear loses its power. Embracing the reality of mortality enables us to prioritize what matters most: our relationships, our passions, and our contributions to the world. It inspires us to create a legacy that outlives us, to ensure that our time here is not just spent, but well lived. In practical terms, reflecting on our mortality can be an empowering exercise. Consider creating a bucket list of experiences or goals that bring joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. These might include traveling to places you've always dreamed of, learning a new skill, or spending more quality time with loved ones. By focusing on what truly matters, we align our lives with our deepest values and aspirations. Another way to integrate this perspective into daily life is to cultivate gratitude. When we acknowledge that life is fleeting, each moment becomes more precious. Expressing thanks for the people and experiences that enrich our days fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. It shifts our focus from what we fear losing to what we are fortunate to have. The wisdom in accepting death lies not in resignation, but in liberation. To acknowledge our mortality is to recognize the profound value of life itself. It reminds us that every sunrise is a gift, every smile a treasure, and every breath an opportunity to love, to create, and to connect. By choosing to escape the fear of death, we free ourselves to live, not in defiance of death, but in celebration of life. 4, he who laughs at himself never runs out things to laugh at. This timeless saying captures the essence of humility and self-awareness, offering a profound yet simple approach to navigating the complexities of life. To laugh at oneself is not to belittle or demean one's worth, but rather to embrace imperfections with grace and humor. It is an art that transforms potential moments of embarrassment into opportunities for connection and resilience. Imagine the scene. Tom, a seasoned professional, is moments away from delivering an important presentation. As he makes his way to the stage, disaster strikes. A poorly secured cup of coffee tumbles, leaving a prominent stain on his shirt. The audience, anticipating his arrival, notices the mishap. Many might crumble under such circumstances, frantically trying to hide the evidence or succumbing to panic. But not Tom. With a wry smile, he strides confidently to the front, gestures toward the stain, and quips, "I'm making a bold fashion statement today. Copy couture." Laughter ripples through the crowd, breaking the tension. In that moment, Tom transforms what could have been a humiliating experience into a shared moment of levity. Why is humor about oneself so effective? It humanizes us. In a world often fixated on perfection, admitting and laughing at our flaws makes us approachable and relatable. When we can chuckle at our own mistakes, we send a powerful message to those around us that it's okay to be imperfect. It's an invitation for others to let down their guard, creating an environment of mutual understanding and connection. Beyond its social benefits, self-deprecating humor has a profound impact on our mental well-being. Mistakes and setbacks are inevitable, but how we respond to them defines our experience. By finding humor in the absurdity of our blunders, we rob them of their power to cause stress or shame. Laughter, even at our own expense, releases tension and shifts our perspective. Instead of viewing a misstep as a catastrophe, we begin to see it as a quote-unquote valuable lesson. Take the example of Sarah, who once tripped spectacularly while entering a room full of colleagues. Instead of retreating in embarrassment, she stood up, mock bowed, and declared, "And that's how you make an entrance." Her quick wit not only diffused the awkwardness, but also endeared her to everyone present. What could have been a mortifying memory became a shared story that sparked smiles and conversations for weeks. Cultivating the habit of self-deprecating humor requires a balance. It's important to laugh at yourself in a way that uplifts rather than diminishes your sense of self-worth. The goal is to acknowledge your imperfections without turning them into a source of self-criticism. A well-timed joke about forgetting someone's name or misplacing your keys shows humility, but consistently making yourself the punchline can undermine your confidence. The key lies in moderation and authenticity. In practical terms, embracing this mindset means reframing how you view mistakes. Instead of dreading them, consider them as opportunities for growth and occasionally for comedy. Picture yourself fumbling with a new recipe and accidentally creating a kitchen disaster. Instead of lamenting the ruined dish, imagine yourself presenting it to your family with a grin and declaring, "Behold, my abstract culinary art." Such moments remind us not to take life too seriously. Laughter is, at its core, a unifying force. When we laugh at ourselves, we not only lighten our own load, but also brighten the lives of those around us. The ability to find humor in our imperfections is a gift that keeps giving, ensuring that no matter the circumstances, we will never run out of things to smile about. So the next time life throws you a curveball, embrace it with a chuckle. A good laugh is the shortest distance between two people, and what better place to start than with yourself? 5. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. These words carry a profound truth that resonates across cultures, eras, and individuals. It is a call to action, a reminder that what we do often speaks louder than what we say. While words can inspire, motivate, or clarify, they are fleeting. Actions, on the other hand, leave an indelible impression, showcasing our true character and the values we hold dear. To embody one's philosophy is to live authentically, ensuring that beliefs are not just ideals, but practices woven into the fabric of daily life. Imagine a teacher standing before a class, passionately discussing the importance of respect and patience. The message may reach the ears of students, but it is only when the teacher demonstrates these values, listening to a shy student's hesitations, offering kind guidance to one struggling with assignments, that the lesson truly takes root. This is the essence of embodying philosophy. Words are easy. Accents reveal the depth of commitment to one's beliefs. Emily, a young teacher, understood this well. She had always believed in the transformative power of patience and understanding, especially in a learning environment. Her classroom wasn't just a place for academic lessons. It was a space where respect and empathy thrived. Emily never explicitly told her students, "You must be patient with one another," or "Kindness matters." Instead, she showed them. When a student struggled with a problem, she never dismissed their frustration, but guided them gently, encouraging perseverance. When tempers flared during group activities, Emily stepped in, not with scolding words, but with calm interventions that demonstrated how to listen and resolve conflicts peacefully. Her philosophy shone brightest during one particularly challenging school year. A boy named Alex joined her class, carrying the weight of a difficult home life. He was disruptive, often angry, and quick to lash out at his classmates. Many teachers might have labeled him as a troublemaker, but Emily saw beyond the behavior to the boy who needed someone to believe in him. She didn't lecture Alex about respect or responsibility. Instead, she met his outbursts with calm understanding. She patiently worked with him on his assignments, celebrated his small victories, and offered unwavering support. Over time, Alex began to change. Not because he was told to, but because he saw through Emily's actions what patience and kindness could accomplish. Her efforts didn't go unnoticed. Years later, Alex returned to visit her, now a confident young man. He credited Emily for teaching him the value of understanding, not through words, but through how she had treated him when he was at his lowest. "You didn't just tell me to be better," he said. "You showed me how." Emily's story is a testament to the transformative power of embodying one's values. Living in alignment with what you believe builds trust, authenticity, and respect in ways that words alone cannot achieve. People are influenced by what they see, and consistent actions leave a legacy that far outlasts spoken promises. In our own lives, we all have moments where we can choose to embody our values. Do you value honesty? Then practice it, even when lying might seem easier. Do you believe in generosity? Then give without expecting anything in return. These choices may seem small, but they accumulate, painting a picture of who we truly are. At its heart, this quote invites us to examine whether our actions mirror our beliefs. It challenges us to move beyond mere rhetoric and step into a life of integrity where our principles are not just talked about, but lived. By doing so, we not only inspire others, but also cultivate a sense of fulfillment and alignment within ourselves. After all, the most compelling philosophies are not preached, they are practiced.